market conditions have changed with crypto mining. So basically, hold on, I'm getting a call. Yeah, we're fucked. That's what they want you to think. That's what you have to fight against. Why? Because even though the cryptocurrency market has been trending down over the last year, and it's gotten kind of bloody recently, it's when the times get tough, the fear index is up, and actually your stomach's turning and you want to quit, you want to stop, or you want to not do what you were thinking about doing. That's the best time to do it, whether it's buying Bitcoin or building out mining rigs and buying miners, whatever. So in particular, I'm going to talk definitely about buying crypto, but also I want to talk largely about mining cryptocurrency, because that's one of the main things I do. My name is Vosk. You're watching the VoskCoin YouTube channel. We have a mining farm. We're building out a bigger mining farm, and we make some crypto YouTube videos. And I've learned a lot over the last 5 years doing this. And obviously I don't know everything, and I don't know the future, but fortune favors the bold. And I know, it's a cliche quote, whatever, but the big takeaway is that bear markets are about survival. And it really is that thing of buying when others are selling and quitting, and interest is low, right? So anyway, today we're going to be running through really why this is actually, even though it seems like the worst time in recent history, this is actually the best time to be getting into crypto, to be buying crypto, and to be buying and building out mining rigs and mining farms in recent history.
Feeling the financial squeeze of runaway inflation, with prices rising at the fastest pace in 40 years.
Are selling.
Investments in cryptocurrency is plunging, with the sector suffering a broad-based sell-off, which has seen Bitcoin drop below $30,000 US.
Bitcoin, the digital currency created a dozen years ago as an alternative to cash, many financial experts dismissed the cryptocurrency as a fad.
Because we've seen crypto prices plummet, we've seen layoffs.
In 2022 is how big and mainstream the industry has become.
Have you heard about hodl'ing yet? They claim to be the largest Bitcoin mining equipment distributor in the United States. Yeah. So sure, they could sell you Bitcoin miners, but they also have containers. They have Bitcoin mining containers, shipping containers converted to be Bitcoin mining farms, transformers, as well as hosting and even a pool. Get your swimsuit on and smash that link in the video description below. Like right now, and I get, so here's some cool metrics. I get, a very unique insight into the crypto sphere. Okay, and for example, our views are trending down. Our watch time is trending down. We're getting less daily subscribers than we have over the last entire 2 years. And you may think, no, Vosk, that's just because you suck. That's because your channel's shit now. And I get it, right? I'm not saying that the channel's perfect, whatever, but I can tell you that we've continued to upload daily despite the market conditions. And, obviously there's fluctuations in content creation. But, from the mining side, I'm mining as many coins as ever before, at least with most of my mining rigs. As coins continue down in price, more people are going to turn the rigs off. If you're spending, say, $10 a day in electricity for Bitcoin mining, but you're only mining $8 of electricity, then you might as well just buy $10 of Bitcoin instead of, essentially buying $8 of Bitcoin for $10. When it comes to mining, it can get a little bit more complex though. Operate it like a business as you should, but consult a professional. With that, then you could have write-offs. You could expense things. You own assets. You have a lot of ways to move the numbers in your favor when you operate as a business. It's the classic meme, right? Buy the dip. Everybody wants to buy the dip. What happens when you buy the first layer of the goddamn 7-layer dip? You lose. Okay? On average, every market cycle, every half-decent crypto coin hits a new all-time high, right? Ethereum will probably dip more than Bitcoin does, but it will probably also rise more than Bitcoin does, just like it did in the previous market cycle. So many people are so fixated on big old orange coin BTC, and I get it, it's the safest bet. But is that really why you got into crypto, is to get into the safest bet? And you don't have to get super speculative into like dog Inu Jeffrey Danger coin, and it's like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, yeah, that's the new dog coin. They said it's gonna be the next Dogecoin ship, and that's when you really start swimming in the deep end. People like to call that shit coining. A lot of money to be made there, a lot of money to be instantly vanished as well. And just in case somebody actually makes that coin that I just said, do not buy that coin. It's not financial advice, but do not buy that coin. Okay. So coins are trending down big time. We have the best buy ops in years. Seriously. Personally, I think we're actually going to continue down. But a lot of people should be considering DCA, dollar cost averaging, into their positions they want. They like to call them blue chips, right? The good cryptocurrencies for the long term, buying into obviously like Bitcoin, but then you have things that you know are here to stay for better and worse, like Ethereum. Or a more exciting new contender, in my opinion, would be Solana, right? I think the Solana has a big opportunity in the next big market cycle. I think we're going to see a lot of projects building on Solana, but building a lot of dApps takes time, and for all these good dApps, decentralized applications, to really get out there and then start getting some traction, and then get just gas poured on them in the next bull cycle. And then that's also when so many others come in and just fork the good projects and just make their alternative tweaked versions. Example, Uniswap and SushiSwap is a perfect example of that, among many other cryptocurrencies. Mining rigs are coming down for the first time in what feels like forever in prices, and there's actually some availability for what feels like for the first time in forever as well. You look at the second place market, you look at the marketplace on VoskCoin Talk, our community ran forum, you look at eBay. Okay, miner prices are trending down big time. Okay, and that means you're going to get more hash for your dollar. This means more people are unplugging. Manufacturers will be producing less. Okay, they will make less miners because there's less money to be made. They don't want to be sitting on a ton of stock. All right, it's also more difficult than ever to produce anything. Look at the supply chains in every industry. However, mining rig manufacturers, specifically, I'm really thinking about and talking about ASIC miners. And ASIC miner, it's a purpose-built custom computer. All it does is mine cryptocurrency, right? Gold Shell makes ASIC miners. I got one sitting right there behind me. That's a Mini Doge Pro Noir edition. And that thing mines Dogecoin and Litecoin 24/7, 365. It's pretty cool. Those miners are sold out right now on Gold Shell, but I did check, and Coin Mining Central has some in stock for very close to the retail price from Gold Shell. So again, use it if you want to. You get a discount with our link if you want to. But my main point here, though, is that these miner manufacturers like Gold Shell and Bitmain and these other producers, right? IBLink, Cannon, What's Miner. Obviously, there's so many of them now. They're going to slow down. They're going to settle down. They're going to shrink their workforce. They're going to cut their prices, but they're still in the business of making miners to make money. Okay, so they will still continue to make miners, and their continued supply dilution will bring miner prices down, as well as coin prices, leading to less mining profitability, also bringing miner prices down, which ultimately brings me to my point here, that this is the best opportunity to buy rigs from how much you're going to pay versus hash. In this kind of market, you think about how much hash rate I can get. Hash rate is basically the power of these mining rigs, and you start combining them, you get a bunch of hash rate. Hash rate's different for different coins, right? So Bitcoin mining hash rate does not translate one-to-one for Ethereum mining hash rate and things like that. Make sure you understand that. If you're totally new to this, check out our beginner videos on how to set up an ASIC miner and how to set up electricity guide for your home. Make sure you're doing everything properly and safely, efficiently, and thus profitably. But the note here, the takeaway, right, is the simple fact that now we want to focus on getting our hash up. We want a bunch of hash rate, which means we should be mining a bunch of coins. And then we start stacking. We start hodling. We start looking. We start thinking. We start going, if this hits a new all-time high, we'll be sitting pretty on some coins, right? For example, like KDA. If I'm mining like $1 a day with one of my mini miners, like it's just a KD box, the original version. I'm mining like about $1 a day after I pay my electric bill with that. But if KDA hit a new all-time high, I would be mining like $30 a day with a device that cost me $1 to run, and I'm still clearing more than I'm paying in electricity. Like, that's crazy. And that's kind of how you have to hype yourself up and you know, instill some just bullishness in yourself. Every half decent coin hits a new all-time high every bull cycle. Again, obviously nothing's guaranteed. You look at the fundamentals and you try to place your bets. I mean, like KDA, I'm not trying to shill it, right? And to be clear, I've actually sold all of my KDA right now because I think it's going to continue to trend down. I'm sitting in stable coins and I got my powder keg and I want to hit some big buy orders. And then when I feel like we're at the bottom and we're going to start trending up, that's when I'm just going to stack all the coins that I mine. But, you know, them, for example, they're supposed to be dumping 100 million into their ecosystem. Their project is only worth 300 million right now. So they're investing 33% of their, you know, decent sized market cap into their ecosystem. I really hope that bores some, you know, juicy fruit. And, you know, I'm going to be looking as a miner to really capitalize on that. And I also want to stack some coins in case their ecosystem gets a bunch of traction and a bunch of tokens launch on their chain because it's a platform, right? Then I can get in there real easy and I'll be using this, buying that, trading into this, and you know, I'll be like, you know, being like, oh, I hope this is the next Ethereum and all the Ethereum tokens. You know, who knows? Time will tell. But it's fun to play the speculative game, and it's people that play that game when they hit the right one. That's when you get the 100x. Simply put, it's the real money to maybe be made will be for a token on top of their platform, right? Just like Ethereum has made a lot of people a lot of money. But in the previous market cycles, it's Ethereum tokens that have made people stupid rich. And it's not all about money. I hope you understand I'm not here just chasing dollar bills. I love this shit. I fucking love crypto. I love mining. It's so much fun. It's intoxicating. It's infatuating. It's just really cool. And I love that, you know, these miners process transactions. They solve basic math problems. They solve blocks. They got nodes running, moving the chain along. We've had master nodes. We utilize staking. We lend our coins out. We use all these dApps, decentralized applications, to make decentralized trades. We yield farm. We do everything under the sun. The digital sun, that is. But definitely not just the sun. Okay? But it's a lot of fun. And that's really like the thing when the market gets red, is it's about stacking coins, thinking about what the future could hold. And, you know, kind of sticking to that initial enthusiasm you had when you got into it, regardless of the market condition. Making friends, like in our Discord server. We've got 40,000 incredible people in there. And maybe it's 50,000 now. But the point is, you know, and same on the forum too. Make some friends. You don't need to bring your friends from the outside world into crypto. They probably won't be able to handle it. Most of my friends that I got into this with, they've all capitulated and done terrible. Me, the exact opposite. And I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to flex, but I stayed the course. You know, you persevere, you're rewarded. It's even just like building a business or doing anything. Right? You say you pick up a sport and you're not that good your first year and you get your shit wrecked and you quit. And well, congrats. You sucked at that sport for the rest of your life. The end. The story's over. You start a business. Things are pretty tough the first year. Like with almost every business that started. You're like, this is too tough. Didn't make enough money. I'm not rich. I thought being a business owner was going to be sick. I watched this TikTok video, man. No, the TikTok video is supposed to tell you I quit my 9 to 5 to work 24/7. That's what entrepreneurship's like, if you don't know. And you know, it will bear fruit, probably, hopefully, eventually. But it's a long journey, and even when you get there, you'll be astonished how much you're working. But the same rings true with crypto and really anything you do in life. Is if you stick with crypto, you don't invest more than you can afford to lose. You get into it, you learn the technicals, you get focused on the fundamentals, you stay away from this technical analysis bullshit, right? You have fun, and you just get rooted in these just very cool, oftentimes complex, but revolutionary, potentially world-changing projects and ecosystems, and you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to learn a lot, and hopefully you make a good chunk of change along the way. So whether you're buying into cryptocurrencies or you're buying a couple miners, or maybe you're a maniac like me that is basically tripling down, building out a studio for our crypto YouTube channel, a proper warehouse so we can have all kinds of stuff in our facility, you know, really just taking that whole side to the next level. But it's also our headquarters and staging area for VoskCoin, which is what is going to like enable us to build our solar mining farm out of it, and then have a solar powered Bitcoin crypto mining farm. Just, you know, also bought a shed that's basically going to be the mining shed 2.0. It's going to be structured pretty much like a shipping container, and you know, I'm expanding tenfold because I'm confident, I'm excited, and I've been through it before. And this red market may turn to a crypto winter But eventually the snow melts, it thaws, and it's summertime. It's bull market time. Things will be good again. And I'll be there. I'm excited. Only way I won't be there is if I'm dead. I hope you'll be there too. The best way to make sure you're there is to slap that subscribe button though. Join me on this crazy crypto journey. And yeah, I mean, I seriously hope you stick around with the channel. I hope you stick around with crypto. It's easy to get down. There's so much FUD. There's so much noise. There's so much bullshit. Take a deep breath. Take a step back. Don't get overextended. Don't be over leveraged. Don't set yourself up in too risky of moves. A lot of people try to make 10 years of money in 1 year. Just relax. Take small steps forward. As long as you're moving forward, it's the best you can do. Okay? You get too risky, you get too aggressive, you gamble too hard, it could really blow up in your face and put you in a bad spot. It's crazy how much progress you can erase with a couple bad moves. When you make a bad move, take a deep breath, take a step back and relax. It doesn't mean it's time to quadruple down and then you really end up in the hole. This has a tendency to be an addictive and potentially destructive endeavor. It's up to you to just rein yourself in and trade with your mind and build out and make moves with your mind, not emotionally. Emotions will get you wrecked. Being smart is the clear, concise, statistically, mathematically proven route to success. Again, I don't know everything, but I've won more than I lose, and I try to translate that stuff into these videos for you guys. I mean, I'm fortunate that even any of you guys tune in and watch the videos. So seriously, thanks for even watching. I'll be watching the next one too by sticking around. Yeah, that's all I got today. Don't give up. Be strong, be bold, persevere. And I sincerely hope I see you tomorrow. Don't quit. Don't give up. Just relax a little bit. I'm gonna get through this. Eventually.
When you let me, baby, don't you see I'm shining?